WrestleMania 40, the biggest WrestleMania of nah. We gotta stop saying that. We have to stop saying that at this point. After night one, we can never utter them words again. Bobby Monsoon 215. We're gonna recap WrestleMania. It's been a long night for me. A very, very, very long night. Man. I was in the building, of course. You know, as y'all see, I have little clips throughout this video. Got my merch in, and you know, I've been waiting to go to WrestleMania my whole life, basically. So, you know, an opportunity like this was like awesome. I couldn't miss it, and just leaving out, I know it'd be a little chilly, but I didn't think it'd be too crazy. I had a little hoodie on. Oh my God, man! Like when I tell you, them 15-mile-per-hour winds were brutal. They were fucking brutal, and it doesn't even matter if you had a jacket or anything. If you had no gloves or hand warmers, or if you didn't wear the right sneakers, man, you got your ass kicked for however many hours you had to endure that shit. And as the night progressed, it got worse and worse and worse. That's why a lot of people saying online, the middle of the show, the crowd was flat. We were just over that shit at that point. You know, it's one thing, we could take the cold, but fucking 15-mile-per-hour winds, like that shit was whipping my ass tonight, man. So I'm not even gonna lie, I'm contemplating not going on night two. Like, I'll give my fucking ticket to somebody or something. I don't even give a fuck at this point, because that weather was just, I'm trying to think, like, all right, do I just dress a lot warmer, which I most likely might do, or do I say fuck it, stay at the crib, order some pizza, stay warm and watch this shit? It was a lot more pleasurable. But we're gonna go over this. Show started off hot. Rhea Ripley, crowd popped. You know, first you actually had Becky Lynch came out, the crowd booed her, you know, especially the section I was in up at the top. We didn't fuck with Becky Lynch. Of course, we really like her work in real life, but we're just over the character. We over the man character. And we love Rhea Ripley, and it's just Rhea Ripley time right now. Becky probably needs to turn heel, but she's still a great worker. Rhea Ripley comes out. She has her own concert, her own band for the performance. I missed this in WrestleManias. It was definitely a great image, great look. She comes out with these great entrances, looking strong as always, starting the match off hot. They have a great match. They're going back and forth. They got some good spots in. And I like this match. I like this match to set off the night. And I'm definitely not complaining with it. Of course, it ended how everyone knew it was going to end. Rhea Ripley hits her finisher, and 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley remains WWE Women's World Champion, and she's on one of the greatest Women's World Champion run that we'll ever see. And no, this is one of them reigns where it's not about how short or how long she's champion. This is all about the quality of this run, from beating Charlotte last year to this year beating Becky Lynch, and night after night after, well, I should say Monday after Monday after Monday, even on these live events, being on the cover of WWE 2K24. Just what she's been doing as a whole has been incredible. Whether you're a male or female performer, there's notes to be taken if you're looking to be a WWE superstar, because man, she's in her prime right now, and she might not even she might be just approaching her prime, what could be really, really scary. I'm looking forward to see her as a baby face as the months move on, because that's the obvious route they should be going. Next was the ladder match. Now, okay, now we were hyped for the Rhea. We like Rhea, so the crowd was cool, you know. Next, the ladder match. Okay, all right, the ladder match. All right, bet. It starts to get darker, and the darker it get as the night go on, it's like them winds are starting to pick up. But it's WrestleMania, so everybody trying to keep that energy, and you know what I mean, we're trying to be into it, but it's like, nah, man. We gonna fight through it. We gonna try to fight through it. So the tag match happens. And kind of out of nowhere, not even out of nowhere, I forgot how it happens, but Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, they grabbed the SmackDown titles. I didn't even know before the match that there was whoever grabbed the Raw is the Raw, whoever grabbed the SmackDown is the SmackDown. If I'm not mistaken, it's like the first time they did that. I could be wrong, but Grayson Waller, Austin Theory grabbed the SmackDown titles, which was a surprise. I forgot who, but somebody powerbombed Grayson Waller on the ladder, but they still walked out champions. Definitely a surprise right there. Next, R-Truth. We loved R-Truth the whole night. Put R-Truth over the whole night. No matter what he done, the second his music came on, he went down to the ramp. The second he had any type of spots, like when he tried to count 1, 2, 3, thinking it was a pin match when it's a ladder match. And the last, spot where then he does his John Cena moves. Then when he goes up and he grabs that title, the crowd completely pops. There wasn't a single fan out there that didn't want to see R-Truth get them titles. There wasn't a single solitary boo. R-Truth might have been the most over superstar tonight. But probably even more over than Rhea Ripley. I felt like you had a little bit of Becky fans in here. You had not one person that wasn't a fan of R-Truth there. So that was a WrestleMania moment, a feel-good moment. WWE needed that. Now this next match, this is where it's like, okay. I feel like the wins were getting to its highest. It feels like we were getting the shit beat out of us with these wins. We were getting killed in there, man. That shit was brutal. I'm 36. Like, there's not too many times in my life I remember being that cold. Like, I remember I was in a cold plunge. I was pretty cold, but man, this is like, them wins will whoop your ass. But Rey Mysterio and Andrade, and you could tell from the entrances, I want to look back and look at the footage and see how it is. From the entrances, you could tell, like, we just wasn't feeling it. We were starting to get cold, aggravated, annoyed, and it was just like, all right, let's just see what this is about. Rey and Andrade. I think Santos actually came out first. Then Dominik Mysterio. We all booed Dominik. It wasn't the same boo like is when he tries to talk, but it was still pretty loud boos being in the building. They have a back and forth match. Out of nowhere, some 2 masked white dudes come out with lucha mask on. Throw Dominik into the ring post. He sells it pretty well. Rey does a 619, 1, 2, 3. They take the mask off. And who is it? 2 Philadelphia Eagle players. Kelsey and some other dude. Lane Johnson. Okay, I guess that was cool. I mean, I don't know, I guess. I don't even know these dudes. I'm not a big football fan, but like, I guess. The booking of this match was horrible. And Rey already won last year. He had his feel-good moment. My predictions have went down a fucking drain because I would have bet money that Santos and Dominik was going over Rey because Rey won last year. But instead, someone in WWE Creative thought it'd be a good idea if Rey go over 2 years in a row. You got Dominik, one of the biggest heels WWE had in a very long time. They make him look like a goof and have him lose every chance they get. Santos Escobar, he reminds me of Eddie Guerrero. He has potential to be one of the best superstars on SmackDown. They do nothing with him. This was a missed opportunity by WWE. We have to build our new stars. We all love Rey Mysterio, but your time has came and went. What the fuck is next? You're going to put the fucking title on Rey? Why is he getting these WrestleMania moments? This shit is trash. Next. Now, this is at the, I wouldn't say the height, but this was like, yo, now this is starting to become unbearable as far as the weather. It started to become unbearable, and that was unfortunate for Jimmy and Jay because that was like, it's like the worst possible time you could have a mediocre match. The crowd didn't boo though, you know what I mean? We still love Jay, so we're not gonna boo off that. But you couldn't even boo, or you couldn't give no emotion when that cold hits you like that. All you want to do is get up and fucking leave. Like, we couldn't really get hype, or we couldn't really boo. And if we did get hype, it had to be something for like the main event. Jimmy and Jay, y'all cool, but nah, man. So, yeah, they come out, you got a few. I thought the whole stadium was going to go like this, but nah, at that point, people were annoyed, to be honest. If they would have popped a lot harder if it was the first match, but it wasn't. Middle of the card, and, they have a good back and forth. Basically, who hits the better super kicks. It's just like, okay, man, there's way too many super kicks this match. This is actually a match where I had to get up. Once I seen it was like a slow pace, I kind of could tell the match was going to be trash. I'm like, nah, man, I'm getting up. Went to go get something hot, seen some fries I could get just to try to get some type of heat. Went to the bathroom, put some warm water on my hands, man. I tried to do everything I could, do some jumping jacks to try to get that cold up off me, man, because it was very hard to enjoy the show. I'm not even going to lie. It was extremely hard to enjoy WrestleMania with the weather. So they have a back and forth match, and Jimmy says, yo, I'm sorry, let's be cool. And Jay says, all right, let's be cool. Then he hits him with another super kick. And something happens. I don't even remember what happens, but Jay finds to get momentum again. Then hit him with the spear. Then Uso splash. Got the victory. 1, 2, 3. That was the right call in that match. And please, when talking about this match, don't ever bring up Brett versus Owen. Don't bring up Matt versus Jeff. And you could bring up Matt versus Jeff. You could bring up anything. Don't bring up Brett versus Owen, because this is night and day. They were playing around. Brett and Owen put on a fucking clinic. One of the greatest matches I ever seen. Fuck WrestleMania. That's just one of the greatest matches ever, period. Especially the finish, the build-up, everything about Brett versus Owen screams classic. Everything about this just screams mid. I don't know how they redeemed themselves from this, but we'll see. I don't know. Who cares? Next 6 women tag match. You got Damage Control versus Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi. Damage Control comes out. No one gives a fuck. This was just, we just stood there like, okay. The girls come out. They come out on this thing that has them propped up. They're doing their moves. They got their cowgirl stuff on, and looks great. They come in, pretty predictable match. Bianca Belair and Naomi carried the match, and Jade Cargill came as a powerhouse. She had this one move that scared me a little bit. I want to see it back. I hope nobody got hurt, but She did. I forgot what it was. It was like a form of a power bomb or something like that. I felt like whoever she was slammed, the neck that was a little bit too close for my liking. So I gotta watch this match back. People keep saying Jade is really green, but I don't know. I gotta see. She looks good as fuck though. Oh yeah, the next match. Like the weather. When a fire match came, we was like, the energy was there. We were still cold as fuck, but it was like, all right, yo, it was kind of like, all right, we try to fight to get that energy back, because we've been watching this shit build for the past few weeks, and it's WrestleMania. So, man, Sami Zayn is such a great performer, such a great storyteller, such a great character. He been doing this for year after year after year, even down to the being an honorary Uso member. And at first, I was kind of bummed that Chad Gable didn't fight Gunther. I thought that was the way to go. But after this outcome of this match, I'm like, all right, I could live with this. I could live with Sami Zayn beating Gunther. He deserves it. And that's what happened. They had a great match. Gunther whipped his ass throughout this match, talking shit to his wife, power bombing him again and again. He threw everything at Sami, and Sami got this new thing where he starts trying to hawk up. He's doing his little 1-2, and it worked tonight. Yo, he had this crazy ass move too. On the top rope, this was some shit I think I seen in AEW where they botched a fucking move. He did some shit. I need to look that move up. Whatever spot that was a very dangerous spot. Now, maybe I was too high up or something, and maybe it looked a lot more dangerous from my viewpoint than what it was, but I would like to see that again. But for that to be the move that took Gunther out, I could accept that also, because man, I'm like, dog, did he just hurt Gunther with that fucking move? But I don't know. I don't think he did, because he did that kick he do 2 times or whatever. Then 1, 2, 3, man. Sami Zayn, the new Intercontinental champion, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Sami Zayn is a one-on-one, man. Then after that, the biggest tag team match of all time. The Rock and Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. Entrances was epic in this. The Rock, of course, he has a new entrance. He has a belt now. He just has his own belt, like the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. So he got his own belt. He's walking. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. The crowd loved, popped for Cody Rhodes. They have a back and forth. They try to do the epic thing where they all stare each other down. We tried to chant, "This is awesome," but at this point of the night, we're hot. We like this match, but people are leaving the stadium at the main event, like, yo, yeah. I see people watching this shit on Peacock as you're walking out, because it's just like, all right, nah. That was at the limit of, I can't take this fucking shit no more. Like, man. So most people stayed though. We watched the match. I know I halfway left. Like I was up there, so I just went down like a few sections, I should say. So I was a little bit on a lower level, just watching the match on the Titantron. So when the show's over, I could get the fuck up out of there and run to the casino to try to get me a drink, play some games, and warm up a bit, because man, But they got this spot where Roman Reigns accidentally spears The Rock, so they're going to use that to beef later on because it's bloodline rules. So it's going to be a whole bunch of wild shit going on in bloodline rules match. And however they write it, they're going to write it where Cody wins, and it's so fucking predictable. I honestly want them to just have Roman walk out with the title and figure it out from there, because it's just so predictable. And I wonder, because the crowd, how it was, I wonder if they're gonna alter any bookings because of that. But to be honest, I doubt they do that, because who the fuck is about to be changing months and months of planning because, you know, the Philly crowd was a little bit colder than what they thought. So they probably keep it the same. Cody wins. If Cody loses, though, I think that'll be a great opportunity for the WWE to throw one of the biggest curveballs you could ever throw. So after the spear, they regained the momentum. Rock hits the rock bottom, and he tells the ref, "Yo, man, you better not count, or you know I don't fuck around. I'ma fire your ass." You know, so the ref, he had to do what he had to do. So Rock hits the rock bottom, then take Cody Rhodes, points at Cody Rhodes' mom, take the elbow pad off. People's elbow. Cody Rhodes loses to the people elbow. 1, 2, 3. And bloodline rules tomorrow. Man, that shit, I ain't gonna, WrestleMania 40 night 1 took a night out of me. And I wouldn't be as I wouldn't say I'm bummed, but I wouldn't feel as drained if we had like a better WrestleMania for night 1. To be honest, for me, this shit was like a 4 out of 10. Like 50-50 would be like, all right, it was cool. It was not, no. Nah. If you was in the building, it was like, if I'm at home, it might have been a 6. 15 mile per hour wins to see Rey Mysterio fucking win again. To see the Philadelphia Eagles make Dominik lose again. To see Jimmy and Jay throw 100 super kicks. No. Nah. So I'm contemplating night 2. I might still have to go because it's like, fuck, it's WrestleMania. Well, I'm just not going to go. I'm just going to have to prepare a lot more as far as the weather. But, nah. Biggest WrestleMania of all time? Fuck no. I'm going to watch the press conference. I'm going to go back and watch the show, the actual show on Peacock. But, man, I just can't believe it. Like, what are the chances that the time I go to WrestleMania, has to be like one of the worst weather conditions for any WrestleMania in 40 years. And I'm going to go back. I'm not even over exaggerating. This had to be the worst weather condition for any WrestleMania in 40 years. But, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, man. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. You see, I'm going to put one of my shirts up here, and you know what I mean? And we're going to recap tomorrow night 2. I really hope they kick it up at night 2. I hope we look at night 1 and be like, all right, let's turn this shit up on night 2, because we're going into a new era, and we do not need to be going like this. So, Bobby Monsoon 215, like, comment, subscribe.